Here we go, boys and girls. I got to go super fast. I only got 5 minutes to get this done. I'm going to do my very best to meet it. Boom. Here we go. It is April 1st. Happy Fool's Day. Your check-in question. Give it a good guess. How many present-day states would come out of the Louisiana Purchase 1803? We bought it for $15 million under Thomas Jefferson. Here is that area. It's less than 20. Tuesday's answer was Texas. Texas, right here, this state, is expected to gain 3 electoral votes at the 2020 census. This is huge for their lawmaking power. All right. Review of yesterday. Yesterday, you started 9.1, how the Republicans made changes to government and how it differed from Adams and Washington. You read the section on your own, or you listened to me do it, and you made a discussion post. If you didn't do that, stop now and do that. It's easy. Look back at the update. All right. Most of you noted some of the good things. The best thing was Jefferson reduced the size of government. Many of you, though, talked about how Jefferson wore common clothes at his inauguration. That was not one of the key points. Yes, it was different, but that wasn't the key point. He shrank the size of government. Today, I'm just basically reviewing that section with you, making sure that you have a good set of notes so that you can do your flip grid project at the end of chapter 9. 3 goals for you today, boys and girls. Number 1, how did and why did Jefferson shrink the U.S. government? What is the 12th Amendment? What did it do? And what are the 3 components to judicial review? Here we go. You want to get out your digital notes, boys and girls. In updates for Schoology, you will find that. But if you don't, or if you do need a digital copy, here it is. The other thing you can do is get out your little booklet I gave you the day before we left. Here are the notes. Good luck. Pause as needed. The election of 1800 ended in a tie. It was the Federalists versus the Republicans. Write those names down. Campaigning was different. We didn't fly around states like Biden and Sanders are doing, giving speeches. Actually, they're not doing that right now because of the coronavirus. Instead, they wrote letters, mudslinging, bad-mouthing each other. Jefferson was a great writer. It worked out for him. Charges against the party. The Federalists said that the Democratic Republicans were godless because of all the freedoms that they would allow. The Democratic Republicans, on the other hand, charged the Federalists of being a monarchy too big, too powerful. The election deadlock. We know that Burr and Jefferson would each get 73 votes. Here they are at the top. That is a tie. Who breaks the tie? We know it's the House of Representatives. 35 times it ended in a tie until finally one Federalist switched and voted for Thomas Jefferson, a Democratic Republican. How did this happen? It happened because everybody was on the same ballot. Here's how that looks, boys and girls. Everybody's name, Jefferson, Burr, and Adams. That made it confusing. The person who got the first amount of votes, the most, would become president, the second most, the vice president. Since then, the 12th Amendment, 1804, we would have 2 separate ballots. You vote for president, you vote for vice president. It's that simple. All right, on to the next page. Jefferson had a big policy, wanted to shrink the size of government, reduce spending. His big policy, remember this is key, laissez-faire. Say it with me, laissez-faire. It means let the people do as they choose, meaning government stay out of our business. He favored expansion so that we could grow our agriculture and our farms. He wanted to reduce the size of the military. Think about how devastating this is if we were protecting against foreign invasion, right? Army by 1/3, Navy from 25 to 7 ships. He wanted to allow the expiration of the Alien and Sedition Acts, those acts that gave away some of our freedoms of speech, for example. As soon as the Federalists found out they lost, they passed the Judiciary Act, creating numerous courts and putting Federalists in power. Remember the Midnight Judges story? You should. We talked about it before. John Marshall, a Federalist, became Chief Justice, and this ensured that the Federalists could block, that means block or stop, laws made by the Democratic Republicans. Okay, on to the last part, Marbury versus Madison, real quick, 1801, major Supreme Court case. We've covered this. You know this stuff. Jefferson denied Marbury his position. Adams didn't have time to give it to him personally. Marbury takes it to court because he wants that job. More money, right? John Marshall said, and the Supreme Court said, Marbury, I don't have the power. It's not in my jurisdiction to give you that. So sorry, you can't have it. In so doing, he established judicial review. Remember, is a law constitutional or unconstitutional? 2, Constitution is the law of the what? The land. 3, in conflict, always follow the Constitution. That's it, boys and girls. Here's the last thing you got to do. All right, you're going to go into the quarter 4 folder, chapter 9. You're going to watch a 9-minute video, increase it to 1.5 speed, and answer the 3 questions there. I'm out. See you later. Get her done. Good job.